Draft process, of course, what he remembers from his time playing here at State and what he's up to in more than a decade after his NFL career came to an end.
We're going in the right direction. We got to keep that mindset, keep going.
Fresno State faithful will remember former Bulldog quarterback and Central Valley native Tom Brandstater.
As a young kid, I only knew about Cal and Stanford for the most part, but as I got older and started to, Bulldog football was on the map, being a Valley kid, I started to see what that was about.
Despite his standout ability on both the football and baseball field, Brandstater didn't exactly have a sports background, with his dad a surfer and his mom working with horses.
He also gave me the ultimatum, you got two choices, son. You can either go in the military or you can get a scholarship to play sports. So either way, I'm not paying for your college.
That's when legendary Bulldog coach Pat Hill came knocking, giving the Central Valley native a chance to play quarterback in front of the hometown crowd.
That stadium, that atmosphere, the crowd, the fans, it is a special environment.
Brandstater starting as a sophomore for the 2006 season, but the Dogs would limp to a 4-8 record, marking Coach Hill's worst season up to that point.
So I've got this, these funny memories of, I'm still, supposedly, the guy there. But if I had a bad half, walking back up that stadium or walking back up that ramp was some things were said to me that I can't repeat on camera.
But the following season, the Dogs were ready to turn a new page.
If you're willing to do what we say to do, we're going to put you on a national stage to do great things. And those teams back in those days really did exactly that.
Against Big 12 foe Kansas State, Brandstater threw 2 touchdowns and a career-high 313 yards en route to a commanding 45-29 win.
This team, a lot of people probably didn't think this team could do it, but this team has never, this has been such an enjoyable group to coach.
When these big schools who, come to Fresno, don't really know what to expect, when you hit them in the mouth, the fans are behind the team, and then you play well, it sort of is exactly what Coach Hill was trying to build.
This is probably the biggest one of my career yet, so I just got to build on it. We can't dwell on it. We got to keep going.
Coming into his senior campaign in 2008, Brandstater would continue to stack wins. He led 25th ranked Fresno State into the Rose Bowl, taking down UCLA 36-31.
You got to give credit to all the guys on this team. They battled through everything, and you can hear the crowd right now. It's worth every bit of it.
NFL scouts started to take notice, and he would declare for the 2009 NFL Draft.
Craziest day of my life. You wake up on draft day, and you have no idea where your city will be.
With the 174th pick, the Denver Broncos would call the kid from Turlock's name in the 6th round.
That first step in the process is literally the smallest one of all. Unless you're a top, 3 rounds, maybe first, second, or third round draft pick, your roster spot's not even guaranteed.
Brandstater would compete for a backup spot with Chris Sims behind Denver starter Kyle Orton, finding himself as the third option.
My advice to anybody would be handle that like you still need to prove yourself. They've picked you, but you got a long way from making the team as well.
The following year, the Broncos would waive Brandstater, causing the QB to bounce around for the next 2 seasons to the Colts, Dolphins, and finally the Rams.
If I could go back and do it differently, I guess I would just be even more focused on, I have not made it yet. Because in my career, how it worked out is I was there for a couple of years, but I didn't stick.
Brandstater would finally hang it up in 2012, but he carries with him a message to fellow Dogs who find themselves in a similar situation come draft day.
So I think it's important for guys, and I know Jake has done this, that once you put the season behind you, play your best ball is the best audition that you could have.
Now a Nashville resident, Brandstater traded in his jersey for a suit and tie, working as a financial advisor, happily married, raising 3 kids, and forever grateful for his time in Fresno.
Going to other schools would have been great, but I think Fresno really instilled in me all the things that are important to me now in adulthood.
I think we both knew a little bit about his story, but it was interesting to see that he was also coached by Josh McDaniels in the NFL, just like Derek Carr. Are there any other stories you learned?
Yeah, he told me really going about Peyton Manning. So he says he outplayed Curtis Painter going into that season, but Peyton wanted Painter back because he had been in the offense the season before, so Tom didn't get a chance to play with him, but he did learn a little something from the sheriff there.
That's why he's got the Manning cast.
Exactly.
Yeah.